morning, heartache. You old sun. Good morning, heartache. No, I couldn't sleep, y'all, so I get on up and probably should be exercising, but when I can't sleep, I have to get up and talk about it, or at least write about it. So I may do them both while I'm up. Man, Friday, February 26th, and I'm awakened because for the past 30 minutes or an hour, probably as hell, since maybe 4:30 a.m. I've been kind of tossing and trying to make myself go to sleep. But I said, well, if I took this, then I wouldn't wake up until later on today. You know, you don't want to sleep all day. You want to sleep past 9 o'clock or 8. But Ezekiel usually takes me there. But I decided, no, I'll do it on my own. But shit. Probably should have taken a squig or two. Probably around at midnight. I probably be up talking to y'all. And so, but anyway, now that I'm up, welcome. Good morning, good morning. I'll just start emptying out my brain. Let me see, my throat look dented here. Let me see what's up. Damn. Tell you, be sleeping on your shit. And I hope y'all like this is my United African American Men sweatshirt that I got, I think a couple of homecomings ago. Thank you, Andre Pierce, UA, for making the sweatshirts. The last homecoming, I think. Was it 19? Yeah, something like that. And y'all got our shirts. Shout out to the bros. And, you know, you see a lot of stuff in the news. And just kind of, what I tend to do, I know a lot of people go live. They go on Instagram, they go on YouTube, they go on Facebook Live as soon as they get a thought. And I tend to let stuff pile up, and then I just let it all out at once. Cause I got a couple of things, but I would like to just get it out there. And the thing is, and problems need to be worried about, and I'm not worried about it. I just like sharing thoughts. And sometimes I guess when I have a lot that I have not discussed, it goes right here. And then somehow I have to get it out, so I either write it out or I'll talk it out, or I'll write it down and catalog it for later. Because I have a lot of stuff. I have a folder full of shit that I've written. I just put it down and probably bring it out later. But I figure, well, hell, since I'm up, might as well. Since I've been forced up, my thoughts won't allow me to sleep. That I'd just go ahead and get them out. Good morning, Jacqueline Harris. I returned your call, Jackie, but you didn't call me back. Shirley Mosley. Powerful good morning. Let's see. What do I want to go to first? Because let's see. I want to start off with the something that I guess made me smile. And I put it on my post. But first of all, if you're on my YouTube channel, this is going up on my YouTube channel, just go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Rico the Opinionist. I am Rico the Opinionist. I have a lot of opinions. Kevin Troy, what's up? Monroe Alexander, Frazier. Yeah, Shirley and Monroe up in here. That's Frazier Rams in this thing. Good morning. And this morning. So, Rico the Opinionist all over the place. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. And share this live, because I'm telling you, when I get started, it's a wrap. So, Kevin, just chilling, man. Just waking. I'm awakened out of my sleep. Couldn't sleep. I was been tossing and turning since like 4 a.m. So I finally decided, get my ass up and go ahead and get it off so I can, maybe nap later on today. But let's see, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And this, you can share this live. And I want to start off with something light before I get heavy. Robert, good morning, brother. First of all, let me say, shout out. Hold on, Kevin, don't go there yet, bro. Hold on. No, not yet. Kevin, you're going too fast. So, uh, first, let me shout out to my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. They're putting up the good fight because this Byhalia pipeline, they're trying to drill a hole through, going through Memphis and out parts where they almost, they're trying to drill a pipeline through that part of Shelby County and parts of Mississippi. And and the good folks have stood up. They're standing up against the pipeline there, and the celebrities like Jane Fonda, and I saw what's the brother's name, Danny Glover, came out and spoken out against it. So shout out to the folks there in my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee, trying to tell them no drilling here. You're not going to turn our water into Flint, Michigan water. And man, a hug out to Flint, Michigan as well. I hope that's been taken care of. But yeah, they're trying to run that pipeline through Shelby County or Memphis, Tennessee, and around other parts that would, in this area called Boxtown in Memphis. It's a historic place where it used to be like a little black suburb, and it was referred to as Boxtown historically. And it's kind of like old and kind of run down, but people still live there, and they're trying to, this big corporation is trying to drill a pipeline through there, running through there, and possibly poison the water the way the same thing happened in Flint. And kudos to those folks who are up on it. They have their community leaders making noise there in Memphis, and a little weak-ass Memphis City Council tried to slide it through the citizens. It doesn't take much to pay off city council persons in your local cities. It doesn't. For Memphis, I think Grizzly tickets, probably $1,000 envelope. It doesn't take much to sway them. Oh, we have some of the most, oh God, Memphis politicians are just embarrassed. They're an embarrassment, but hopefully they'll do the right thing and vote against the drilling if they haven't already signed on the dotted line. So that's the thing right there. Next, I want to shout out to Lionel Richie and his little cutie pie. Lionel Richie is 71 years old and probably worth over 300 million. And his songs are worth probably 50 million a song because he's written so many songs, thousands of songs, and people use Lionel Richie stuff all the time. So if he never made an album or a CD or ever in his life, Lionel Richie is paid. And he has this young cutie pie that he's been dating a minute. She's now 30, he's 71, and it goes into that high value. And let me tell you, we all aspire to be as lucky as Lionel Richie. And I don't have a problem with older men, younger women. It's almost like a natural order thing. And I'm sure Lionel is not some old fool who doesn't recognize that, yeah, I got this young 30-year-old, and I probably wouldn't be able to have her if I didn't have money. But guess what? Y'all got Lionel Richie messed up. Lionel Richie's been the man for decades. He's been a Commodore since Tuskegee. So getting a particular caliber of women has never been a problem. So we can't say because he has money, this young cute woman is on his jock. Now you can say that about Al Sharpton, old raggedy pencil pez, little body ass. You can say that about Al Sharpton, but Lionel Richie's been the man for the longest. And so Lionel Richie, and I think somebody said, well, at least she's black. Well, Lionel Richie had a black wife. Remember Brenda Richie? She caught him with his little mixed light skin or white girlfriend and put hands on everybody. Then he got him a little mixed little girlfriend. Now he got him a little sister, a little black woman. So I don't have a problem with that. And also, Lionel Richie, right, Kevin, has the right to be happy. He can date whomever he wants to. Now, at this age, I couldn't care less, who he dates. But I like to see brothers like that be happy. He can be 70 years old. She can be 30. And it goes to this whole thing about high-value men. Lionel Richie is definitely a high-value black man. He is. And she understood that she had to be a particular way in order to be eligible to get him. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, who's bringing to light what we've always said in the streets, but he's been able to put that lightning in that bottle out on social media, and then boom. Because brothers have been talking like this forever, but Kevin has been able to find a platform or create a platform where he can actually say it out loud. Travis, what's up, my man? And so, good morning. So, high value. And a lot of women don't understand what high value means. And high value men and high value women. Not all men are high value men. No, I know I'm a blue collar Henry. Hell, at this point, crew neck Henry, right? This thing. And so we're all learning a lot of stuff from what the brother Kevin Samuels is talking about, regardless of all the people who's trying to come at him and trying to stop his message. It's okay. You may stop him, but you're not going to stop the message, because a lot of people have already, they've caught on. And mainly the people who are upset are the simp-ass dudes who can't compete on social media with his new popularity. And, of course, the women over 40, and it was not only over 40, but over 40 pounds. And they're in the danger zone. No, 27 to 36. And then 36 to 60, no man's land. Whoa, 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 whoa. If you watch the show, everybody who watches his shows, or even on Instagram, on YouTube, you'll know what all that means. Know what that is. Does he have the cure-all? No, he isn't. But is he telling the truth about a lot of stuff? Of course. Because one thing about it, Kevin comes with statistics and facts, not feelings. And so I think there's a lot of jealousy and a lot of just people who hurt feelings because they don't qualify. When I look at it, I said, yeah, let me get myself together. Financially, get myself together in shape. Because at 52, I'd like a cute little late 20s, like little 27-year-old cutie pie. But I know I have to have myself, fit, as he says, fit, feminine, cooperative. Fit, feminine, cooperative. I know I need to get myself together to have something like that. I know as an older man, we need to have money. You know, the only people who don't have to have money are young thugs. They get, top-notch chicks. So, and that's cool. We ain't knocking the hustle. It's just where it is. So I know if I'm 70 years old and I see a cute little 30-year-old and she's fit, feminine, sweet, and she's an asset and not a liability to me, of course, I'm going to have my stuff together. Lionel Richie has his together. And tell me this answer to this question. Have y'all ever seen an old rich white man with an old fat white woman? No. Unless it's been his sweetheart he married in college and they were together 40 years. But old rich white men don't have old white women, old fat or thick white women. They have these young little chippies. That's right. If I won the lottery tomorrow, you think I'm going to go and buy a used yacht? That's not how it works. So all this hate, this lying saying that he's telling women that they don't have a chance at love because they're over 40. That's not what that dude is saying. He's speaking for high value men. Men who make hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars, who own corporations and employ people. He's talking about the Bob Johnsons of the world, the Robert Smiths of the world. He's not talking about regular people like me. 50, 40, 80, 60, regular people. See, but a woman can be worth $5 in the bank, but she still believes that she should get a Robert Smith or a Bob Johnson. That's the delusion of women, period. They don't understand that their worth is their youth and their beauty to a high value man. Now, regular dudes who are principals and teachers and plumbers, well, they go, you get average chicks, like he told that lady. Get your average man. Yeah, you make $100,000, baby, but but as he said, you're average at best. And she wasn't even cute like that and thought she should get $100,000+ dude. Because even dudes with high self-esteem and high self-worth don't mess with these, less than average chicks. So, anyway, shout out to Kevin Samuels and what he's doing. And I hope he continues to what he's doing. As well as all the men in the manosphere, the black manosphere. Shout out to them, what they're doing. They're really teaching a lot of young men a lot of stuff. And I think it's getting to the feminists and the haters of black men, this black male evolution. They're saying they hate women and all this. No, they're just rising above the BS. You don't have control over us anymore. Those guys. Minister Jap has the hood dude, the street dudes. Coach Greg Adams has the guys who were older, who were married or thinking about getting married. Coach Greg Adams. Kevin Samuels has high value men and letting the women know, because you have a PhD, you ain't all that. And a lot of women think, I have a PhD, I have a master's degree. And y'all are learning that men don't give a damn about your education. They're looking at your everything else. Are you pretty? Are you nice? Are you fine? Because, see, a lot of women say, damn, he's the principal of a high school, but we going with that little chick on Section 8. You see how fine that mother love is? She's nice. She's sweet. She doesn't have these expectations like, you supposed to take me to P.F. Chang's and all these high-end. Nah. And she's working his program. So, it's a lot of law degree sisters around here, single PhD sisters, and they're thinking, because people are intimidated by him, no, you're not even nice. And between me and you, a lot of them don't have their coochie ain't as good as the hood chick coochie. No way. Yeah, I said it. Maybe they might say it about thug penis over so-called dudes with no criminal record penis. Could be that. But in my experience, hey, I had my hoodie babies, and I had my so-called college, and that song, Hole in the Wall, doom, doom, doom. I had my best fun, y'all, at the hole in the wall. And trust me, when that song comes on, I think we all understand. A lot of us understand when that song comes on. Do, 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 do. Yeah, so, let's go, baby. Do, do, the hole in the wall. And, we just, what's up, Gavin? Everything is cool, brother. So, it's like that. And it's not to say that ladies over 40 can't find love, because that's untrue. Ladies over 40 and ladies who are over 40 pounds are finding love. Can't be out different. And so stop blaming that on Kevin. Kevin Samuels is not saying that y'all can't. So people are purposely lying on this dude. They're purposely lying on him just to make themselves feel better. And he ain't lying. Just listen. Yeah, Gavin, damn right, Gavin. I grew up in Memphis. Yes, Venus, hood chicks rock. I love them. But not the ones with the tattoos on their neck and all, and the ones that look like they'll rob you at gunpoint. Not them. But the cute little baby that come out the corner store halfway with a mean little look, but she got a body. She probably got a tattoo on her arm, but not big. And she coming out there, probably walking with her little boy real fast down to you. Hey, little mom, what's up? Excuse me? That, yeah. And what's kept me out of trouble, I've accepted, Venus, that I have this attraction to some hood chicks. Not the ratchets, but the hoodie chicks. Because sometimes the hood is most times, it's just the woman's address. So I grew up in the inner city too. That was just my address. I didn't act like a lot of folks I grew up with. I didn't. I didn't get no gang, do no drugs. I didn't do all that. I didn't do any of that. I didn't join no gangs, get involved no drugs, sell no drugs. I've never been no police car. From stealing and all that kind of crap. I didn't do any of that. I went to work. So it lets you know that, it's not your address, it's how you were reared, how you were raised. So all this bullshit about, I'm a product of my environment. Well, if that's the case, I was supposed to have hoes and black eyes around here because she was short with my money. Cause I grew up in a neighborhood, in a household with pimps and hoes. And fighting and cussing, drinking. So I don't buy that. Product of my environment. That's an excuse for your behavior that you're using because you don't want to do right. So damn all that. So anyway, let me see. Minister Jam for the young dudes. Coach Greg Adams for the guys who are probably 25 to 35 or maybe older. He talks about how women's behavior and hypergamy and all of that. Let's see. That's a bunch of G with PhD talks strictly about black men and how black men are targeted. G with PhD or the Green Gorilla. And you have Dennis Berling, of course, he talks all across the boards about, black men do for self and black men relationships. And then who else is there? There's brother Professor T. Hassan Johnson. He goes from the scholastic aspect of how black men black boys and black men are targeted and black male, anti-black male misandry. Misandry, look that word. So there's a lot of black dudes who are really educating black men across the country via social media. Because they're on any platforms where these guys I named, they're not on your television stations. They're not on your Hot 9, 7s, whatever radio. They're not on those. Because they are not going to be allowed to educate black men away from child support, away from the streets, away from the drugs, away from the gangs, away from toxic women. So thank God for social media. Brother T. Hassan Johnson, of course. So we have to have social media like this so we can have our voices. And you know me, I just share my opinion about everything under the sun. And it's all about the progression of black men, because I'm of the belief, the green gorilla, that's right, Nigel. See, black boys, I'm under the belief, I'm of the belief that if you can't have a society without black boys and black men, you have to really, really protect black boys if we're interested in having a black family. We have to. All this foolishness and they celebrating girls and women, that's done by strategy. That's done, that is a plan. And we're just falling for it. Not that I want to celebrate women and girls, but this stuff that they're doing now is overload. It's done on purpose for a particular reason. Not they give a shit about black women. Hell, a lot of black women don't give a shit about black women. But every time you look around, they're patting each other on the back for stuff that any grown person can do. That's right, you open up business. Woohoo! Yes, you black girl this, blah, blah, blah. But these women never ever have you said black girl tragic. But they never have profiles on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, that admonish this whole thought culture. And shout out to the Green Gorilla, the G with the PhD. He did an excellent lecture on this thought and whole culture. That's my next thing that I was thinking about. You know, I have my issues with Negro politicians. No, white ones too, but I'm not worried about them because they are who they are. They were created to be them. But the black politicians, and these ones in particular, see, Maxine Waters, that old heifer. You know, I was done with her a long time ago. She and Nancy Pelosi need to go to the politicians' retirement community together. Both of them wearing old lipstick on those old ass lips. They're both wearing old ass hairstyles and still being elected, and both of their districts look like shitholes. But you know, Maxine Waters, I know y'all, Auntie Maxine, yes, you better get him. Reclaim my time, Senator, reclaiming my time. Sound like one of Jim Henson's Muppets every time she talks. Could have sworn I heard her voice on Sesame Street when I was growing up. I just want to tell you, I'm reclaiming my time. But just shut up. Kermit the Frog, Oscar the Grouch, Snuffleupagus. So, she already made news last year when she told those of us, black men, who decided not to vote for Biden, but we wanted to vote for whom we wanted to, and particularly black men who voted for Donald Trump. She used her huge platform, her huge position. I'll never forgive them. I'll never forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. They're just voting thinking he's going to give them something, and I'll never forgive them. Now, first of all, how dare you, you old wrinkled up lettuce. You silly old broad. I was offended beyond, along with the other 17% of black men who decided to vote for Donald Trump. You know, it's amazing how she was allowed to say that and nobody came out and checked her. I did, and a few others did. We came out and checked the old bitch, but mainstream did not check her for that. They let it slide. You know, it's interesting how that works. And she too, guess what she did? She also, do y'all remember when those conservatives were chased out of this restaurant and harassed because they were Trump supporters? This happened like last summer before last. And she had a press conference outside. Yes, you continue to harass them. They need to be harassed. You go in and every time you see one, you harass them. All right. Did y'all hear what I just said? That lady literally told other people to attack and harass folks because they were Trump supporters, if they're in a restaurant, whatever. But let's bring this up real quick. But then I heard the Trump speech at the rally. He never told those people to do anything. He said, go up there, I'll be up there with you. Go up there and fight for your rights. He didn't tell them to storm the building. I saw the shit. But when you've been hypnotized to think he's the mean guy, the devil, well, you're going to believe it. But y'all going to ignore this woman actually told people to harass and possibly put hands on folks just because they were Trump supporters. Okay, Auntie Maxine strikes again. She just did an interview with Megan Thee Stallion for Harper's Bazaar. And it was something, but it was an interview that she did. It was her, Megan Thee Stallion, and some little corny, nerdy black lady that looked really plain. Yeah, I don't know what that was for, but she was telling her about that WAP. Let me tell you, that WAP. Oh, I said when I heard that WAP song, that took audacity. That was audacity what you did. And you're speaking up for women. You're telling them they have the right to speak their minds and to be who they are. I said, let me tell you something, dang Dentrench out of England sounding ass bitch. How dare you? This is the woman that's supposed to be so powerful. She just told Megan Thee Stallion that talk about selling pussy and shaking ass is empowerment to other black girls. A powerful Democratic Congresswoman. And nobody said a word. Except for those of us who still brain works every day. She got on there and said that what she did was revolutionary. And let me tell you, I've always spoken out for the rappers because they've always had something to say. And when I spoke up for Tupac and Dr. J. Dr. J plays basketball, you stupid bitch. That was a basketball. He didn't rap. I tweeted her. I said, well, so when you were speaking up for Dr. J, were you speaking up for his right to do a sky hook? Fuck you talking about? You out of line. You don't know what you're talking about. And you going to sit there with a straight face and you got granddaughters and grandsons. You going to tell this little whore that them talking about selling pussy and shaking their ass is empowerment? What the hell is Oprah or Ava DuVernay? Where are all these black, so-called black girl magic women speaking out against these chicks and this whole and thought culture? That's why I can't take women seriously. Talk your ass off all you want to. But I ain't new to this. I grew to this. So I sit and I listen. And I wait for each side to say what they're going to say. So far, the women's side has nothing to say. It's like everything's okay as long as it's benefiting them. And it's weird. And ladies, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves to sit silently. Particularly those of you with big platforms. And you have access to platforms. Only time you use your platforms, that is to criticize any behavior that black men do. Anything. Or what we say. But you don't have any smoke for these hoes out here. Yeah, I can say what I want to say. It's my goddamn Facebook page. Gets on my nerves. The hypocrisy is disgusting. But you worry about, Rico, I can't believe you called Maxine a bitch. I got some more words for that old whore. And I also learned that the reason that thousands upon thousands of women don't say anything because obviously that's who they are. They hoes. They hoes too. Because they approve of this whole thought culture. Am I speaking as a prude or an uppity dude? Of course not. I like to see them shake their ass. I watched that Up video from Cardi B at least 3 times. The third time, the first 2 times, I almost grabbed for my lotion bottle and my rag. It's just that hot. It's just that sexually driven. Those chicks are twerking in that video like they're being threatened. Like somebody said, bitch, shake, twerk. And I knew immediately after that there would be a challenge. Or a dance contest on Instagram and on TikTok. Guess what? All of them, they bam and bow. And they doing a little dance. All of them from 9 years old to 29 years old to 39 years old doing the up dance. Shaking their ass and opening their legs. That's right. And you wonder why our women are the least married. because the older women will refuse to teach the younger women how to be ladies. Because they were young hoes. That's why. That's why they won't say anything. That's why they're so quiet. Because you still got 40-year-old black chicks still want to shake their ass. Instead of teaching my 15 and 19 and 13 and 14-year-old babies not to shake their ass if they have any intentions of being somebody's wife. Now it's interesting. Now these same ass shakers will be baby mamas, but they don't see themselves as being a wife. Those numbers aren't by accident. Look at it. And then the same society, the same system will push that dumbass article in Harper's Bazaar when I wrote about that, white folks. They love to push our fuckery. But they won't push a black man and a black woman with black children in a relationship. You don't see that on the cover or an interview of Harper's Bazaar. You don't see that in none of these white mediums. You know how they pushed that hair-hatted bitch that beat her son up during the Freddie Gray riots in Baltimore? They put her all over the news. Whereas she assaulted that tall boy. Put her all on The View. She went on all of the morning shows. That's what they push. The debauchery and the mental illness of black folks. Even in the commercials. White man, black woman, mixed kids. Y'all act like I don't see that? A lot of this, I've been seeing some people who's been noticing that too. No one seems to have an answer. So what books have y'all read or y'all reading that, I don't know, because I know the books I've read in the 90s and a little early 2000s. I know the scholars that I've said in other lectures. So what is that y'all doing? Y'all do just go to church all the time? They don't teach y'all about how the black race has been erased? Or not genetically, but mentally erased? Your black preacher don't teach you that. When he's pledging a Greek-led organization, they ain't talk about the progress and proliferation of our race. Or they teach you in history class, wherever school you went to, about propaganda. There's something wrong with American blacks. We're just sitting down and just watching just bull BS just be pushed out as if it's who we are. It's not enough of us standing up with our huge organizations and platforms speaking out against white folks pushing the worst of us. It's called image. Isn't it interesting? Do y'all remember when Miley Cyrus was hooked up with the rappers like Juicy J out of Memphis and all the rappers, and in my J's on, I was in with my J with her legs open and her booty shorts and get on MTV dancing up in Robin Thief's crotch. What's his name? Robin Thicke, one of them, and just being just a little slut. Did y'all see white America push her up as being a role model for white girls? Did y'all ever see that? I didn't either. So y'all don't find it strange that they taking a Cardi B and a Megan Thee Stallion and making them role models for black girls? Whores? Y'all don't have offense to that? Y'all need to stop policing black women's bodies. Y'all need to stop policing black women's sexuality. There's a reason God created a man first. And then brought the woman along. And when she disagreed, well, they asked him, no, you got to get out of here because this bitch ain't even listening. I told y'all not to eat of the fruit. The first thing she did was pick one. Still act like that. And you run around here independent and manless and look at you. You're like, these folks got your legs wide open. Who's going to take you seriously? Even sweet girls, like the little Chloe Bailey of the Halle and Chloe. She around here shaking her ass. And I'm like this, about to grab my lotion. Yeah, little thick, little curvy, light skin good. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I saw you bust a challenge. Do it, little mama. Sweet girls. It's like they're magnetically drawn to hoe and thought. Back when I was a kid in the 80s, we knew who the slut was. Because she dressed like and acted like it. But now you don't know who the slut is because they all look the same. Come on, somebody go to church. I'm going to tell y'all something. When your preacher talked about being of the world, and you can't hardly tell who the Christians are and who the Jezebels are and who the sinners are. We've made it to those times. And folks who's supposed to have good sense are pretending they don't see it. But when I mention it, there's something wrong with me. I got a problem. And I'm telling you, I'm not approved. at all. I like to see you girls dressed with your booty shorts on and cheeks out and bent on. It warms my neck. That don't mean I approve of it. But I'm not going to say, hey, y'all young ladies, stop there, put your titties back in. Girl, stand up and stop grabbing your knees and shaking your ass. No. You older ladies need to tell them, baby, you don't want to do that. Because when you get some sense at 27, you're going to want a husband. You're going to want somebody to take you seriously. But nobody's going to take you seriously when there's videos of you sucking ding-a-ling on OnlyFans. When there's videos of you chewing some boys up in high school in the bathroom. When they've seen you open your legs and just shake your money maker girl. All in these videos. See, self-respecting men are not going to take you seriously. I look at it all. I don't turn my head. When I'm in the mall, my head on like, oh my goodness. Now, hell no, I'm taking it all in. And if you got on booty shorts, camel toe everywhere, titties popping, you know what I'm approaching. I hope you know what I'm approaching you for. It's little Chloe Bailey and all these chicks wearing your booty shorts, got your panties on Instagram and all that, with your ass out the thunder thighs. And then you want some gentleman to holler at you? Ladies, please. Y'all teach these young girls. Stand up and open your mouths, and instead of standing around here trying to protest bullshit. No, that's what needs to be standing up for, the black family and the black girls and black boys. You can't have a community without boys. I don't know why y'all allow these white folks to tell you. They don't have a shortage of masculine heterosexual boys in the white community. They don't have a shortage of heterosexual masculine boys in the Asian or Hispanic or Italian community. But somehow they're trying to make as many black boys as we can be the weakest, the most effeminate, and the sissiest boys, and the girls acting look like studs. She got on weave, but the bitch still look like Lil Wayne in the face. Y'all never seen, y'all don't think anything wrong with that? Am I the only one with 20/20 vision? I know I'm not the only one who sees this, but how come I'm one of the few people, along with the brothers in the Black Manosphere on YouTube, only ones who are saying something about it? Because all the other men have been kind of punked out to tell the truth, because they don't want to be called a sexist, a misogynist. You know, damn all that. Homophobe, transphobe. Though none of those words mean a damn thing to me. I came up in the 70s and 80s where, as Archie Bunker said, girls were girls and men were men. Mr. We can use a man like Herbert Hoover again. See, none of that shit. You can call me all that you want to. It don't mean nothing to me. Because I know those are words to try to shut people up. He's sexist. He misogynist. He hate his mama. It could be true. Because y'all act like black mamas were the creme de la creme. Some black mamas are fucked up around here. That's why a lot of these dudes are messed up. These black dudes are messed up because their mamas was fucked up. Like my man, the Green Gorilla. Y'all check out YouTube, this lecture. A lot of black men's mamas were bust downs. That's why a lot of black dudes are so approved of this whole thought culture. And this culture has been funded systematically. Just like gangster rap, the thug rap, the drill and trill rap, funded by those white and Jewish record labels, record label owners. This whole thought culture is also being distributed and funded. Just like single motherhood is systematically funded. That's all. It's amazing. And we're gonna have to get on this thing as a community. So Maxine Waters, why don't you go somewhere? Just retire. Keep your mouth out, black men. You know, and stop pushing bullshit. Where the white congresswomen at that push this? We had a United States congresswoman to approve, to give kudos to the whole and thought culture. You know we going to hell in the handbasket. Our race is almost done. But some of us still struggling to hold on. We're trying to hold on, and if it's those of us who think alike, how come we can't meet up and we go and commune somewhere away from the food, the niggas and the folks who bought into the foolishness? How come we can't go? You know, they got a lot of Caribbean islands we can all move to, pool our resources, get the hell out of here and let them stay here. Or we all move to hell. North Dakota and get us a little area around there and put our money together. We can get away from around. It's going to be cold as shit up there, but I'll take a little cold to stay away from this foolishness. To get away from the foolishness. What else is on my mind? Did y'all know that yesterday, I believe, Congress was called in the House. It hadn't made it to the Senate yet, but in the House they did what's called a sweeping approval of more gay rights. Damn, they do that in every presidential election. I mean, every presidential, except for Trump's. He didn't hear none of the foolishness. Y'all gonna understand eventually why they wanted Trump out and painted him as this racist. Y'all gonna understand. If y'all understand right now, it means you're purposely feigning ignorance. Because you don't want to suck it up that you voted incorrectly. But anyway, yeah. And I read the article, and it says, no discrimination. They compared it to civil rights. Meaning they have just moved blacks out the way. And there's a tweet that's going around that says, the conversation of the day is LGBT rights, and we ain't trying to hear shit else. And where are these black leaders, these black Democrats? Black Democrats, white Democrats did this, y'all. All y'all who proud to be Democrats, vote blue. Yeah, y'all voted blue. You voted against black when you voted blue. Yeah, you did. But you're not going to admit it out loud. It's interesting how they're having these old fake-ass, weird-ass hearings on reparations. What the hell you need a hearing for? You see how people out here fucked up. But you need a hearing, then you're going to have somebody like Herschel Walker? Herschel Walker. Hold on one second, y'all. Like Herschel Walker? Herschel Walker? Go, geez, what's up, man? Herschel Walker's on a committee to talk about reparations. First thing he did, what Herschel Walker does, well, black people don't need no reparations. Man, this like called separation. Herschel Walker, if anybody can get this note to Herschel Walker, the best thing he ever did was pick up a football and run. The worst thing he ever did was open your mouth to speak. And Herschel Walker, man, it's like you have enough on your hands with that biracial flaming gay son of yours. My God, I've seen some gay young men before. Herschel Walker's son is just gay. I'm talking about gay. I think gay is spelled with 3 G's in when it comes to that little dude. They're gay. Oh my God, just gay. Get your son, Herschel Walker. Get your son, bro. You right here talking about what black folks don't need, reparations. Why don't you go get your boy? Get some, go and try to find some testosterone in a bottle and get it to your boy. You right here, but you know that's a fluke that they're putting on that damn hearing on reparations. You don't need a hearing. Go look at the people. Y'all know y'all purposely fucked up our community. Y'all did that. Y'all go look around. It's constantly messing with black people's minds. Because the black people with good sense won't read the books. The information is out there. We won't read. Post-traumatic slave syndrome will tell you all what's going on. By Dr. Joy Leary. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu talked about black boys. How countering the conspiracy. Michael Porter, kill them before they grow. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, the ISIS papers where she clearly for 40 years talked about how the black male is the target under racism and white supremacy. And that your goal is to try to make as many as effeminate and unsure and as gay as possible. And they're doing it. And a lot of y'all watching these shows where black men are having sex and having sex scenes with each other. Y'all watching these filthy, stinking ass shows. And they're all on Facebook. I say, ooh, this is a good show. We're not helping. But See, people talking about racist white supremacy. Thank you, Nigel. The Man Not by Dr. Curry. Tommy J. Curry. Yes. I haven't read it yet, but I need to get it. You know, our people have told us what to do, but we won't do it. And so the young generation is like out there on their own. Because those of us 40 and up, we too busy, I guess, living in the suburbs and doing us. We won't even read the books and try to share it with them. Racism, white supremacy is going to be here, but we don't have to participate in it. Because our scholars left us the books. We're out here arguing about the Dead Sea Scrolls and shit. Yeah, right. If you even had a copy of it, you couldn't understand it. But you can understand what Dr. John Henry Clark wrote when he talks about African centricity. Dr. Amos Wilson talks specifically about the psychodrama of slavery on the minds of the African American, particularly black males. The scholars were there. Dr. Joy Leary, Dr. Julia Hare talks about the miseducation of the black family. We won't read the books. We won't even go on YouTube and look at Dr. Claude Anderson's lectures. They left it for us. And we looking around and shaking our head like we don't know what the fuck going on. And why we go to church every Sunday? You ain't being taught shit. It's a fashion show and hell ain't nothing but women and gays, no way. And up and coming little sweet ass boys. By the way, they sing the best. When I look at some of these videos, they sing gospel, all of them little gay dudes. But they singing though. Damn, man, they direct the choir and shit. Yeah. That's the reason real men aren't in church. Hell, it's for gay dudes and lonely ass women. That's the only reason I go back to church, because I know I was rack up. I promised to go to Bible study, made me knocking all of them down. They said, oh my God, that smell when I walked in. Oh shit, that's a straight man. I come in there smiling with my church suit on. A little Bible in the hand, I've learned a few verses, so go in there and just kind of sit in the back, and they all wonder who I am. First thing I try to do, we would get you in our singles ministry. You don't want to do that, because I'm going to knock half of them singles around. You hear me? Okay, come on to my house for Bible study. Sure. Let's talk about a little Leviticus, and then end up in Revelations. You hear me? Because I don't want no church chick no way. Them chicks are confused. So that's what I'm talking about. We ain't reading the right stuff. Put that damn Bible down. I know, oh my God. Don't y'all leave me. I just said it. At least put it down for 3 years and read the books I'm telling you to read. You'll be a lot smarter. Start with Dr. Claude Anderson. Start with Dr. John Henry Clark. Dr. Joy Leary. You know, I'm just saying the books. They're there. Or look at the lectures on YouTube. So it's interesting that they did that sweeping thing with gays. And it seemed that every time we come up with reparations, there's a struggle. Now y'all vote. These are the same Democrats, y'all, we got to make sure it's a blue wave. Those blue wave Democrats are the ones that pushed and passed overwhelmingly the gay rights bill. The gay rights. And let me tell y'all something about that. Because no one can ever tell me what gay rights are. So you can look at me and tell me I'm black. Can nobody look at anybody and tell them again unless they've got a dumbass buzz cut or just really just bent over like they're almost retarded, just flaming. And so can someone tell me what country or continent where gays were kidnapped and brought over to another land and forced to work a field or cotton and sugar canes for 300 years? Where their rights were taken away from them. And we just seem to act like we try to make gays a race. It's not a race, it's just a group. What rights that white gays have not been afforded under the United States Constitution because of their sexuality? They have gotten all the benefits of being white, fool. Let me tell you something about these dumb black gays. They think if they go under the let me tell you something what's going on. There's a huge defection of blacks away from actual blacks to get into these groups thinking they're going to get close to whites and get the benefits of what white folks do. You're still a Negro. Cut it out. Black gays, I don't trust them. Because they connect themselves with white gays, hopefully to get more benefits under white supremacy. I don't trust them. That's what they do. They're defectors. They're infiltrators. They are the William O'Neills of our race. Not just that group, it's another group too. Yeah, they just come in and no, because they're black, they come in and do their little deal, but their goal is to try to get white privileges. And white gays, tell me what white gays have been deprived of. Nobody can ever tell me, but yet, because of their bedroom activity, they've gotten sweeping legislation over that of people who are actually abused and deprived and discriminated against systematically as well as socially for years, and it continues. So when I hear dumbass blacks talk about gay rights, get your ignorant, stupid ass, get out of my face. When I hear a woman mention anything about, gays, they mistreat, well, we know we ain't gonna ever be friends. We ain't gonna ever talk. I don't want to hear it, because you haven't read what the scholars have taught us. You haven't read the history of how black folks, not because of our orientation, because of our race, fool. Because of our race. I'm going to say it again, because a lot of y'all so multicultural, you don't like to hear the word race, race, race. Oh my God, Rico's angry. No, I'm not. I'm just a man, baby. And I don't apologize for being black. I don't rationalize it at all. I'm a black dude, and I like it. Some of us try to be black when it's convenient, and others. And so, I know, and it's a shame that people who are about our race aren't the ones who are put all over CNN and all over TV, BET, and all this and all that. They don't put people like us, like me, all over for the masses of our people to hear us talk. So we have to carve out our own little niche and just get the few, which is fine with me. And if we are, we're, put in a particular group or labeled, and blacks go along with that. It's funny, we are black people, whites tell blacks who to like. And they go for it. That's right, they're about hate. It's so funny. But yeah, sweeping legislation. Even business owners. If a gay couple goes into a bakery and says, look, I want a cake where my husband is holding a dick on top of the cake, and if you refuse to make it, they can be legally charged with a hate crime if this thing passes through the Senate. Business owners cannot refuse business to gays. Y'all don't think that's bullying? Just like when white folks used to refuse blacks. Why the fuck you want to go there? Why would you want to go to a restaurant they don't want you there? And don't y'all know this stuff is still happening? Black people still get insulted because white people don't want them in their neighborhoods or their schools or their restaurants. You're still stuck on a plantation. Because Kunta Kinte wanted to get away from that old massa. But you W.E.B. Du Bois blacks want to get as close to white as you can. So much so a lot of you married them and had biracial kids with them. I'm not blaming the babies. I'm looking at your ass sideways. Because you haven't read. And whenever I see that, I say, no, they haven't read a damn thing. They don't care. Do I dislike you or hate you? No, I just like, okay. There's some more non-readers. Some more people who decide their strategy in which they're going to survive in America is bad to go, hey, if you can't beat them, marry them. Like that's going to... Sure, I wonder what the girlfriend of Chris Wheeler, what's his name? The white boy that who beat up on his sister who she wouldn't bow down. I wonder how that plan worked for her. You can't help who you fall in love with, Rico. I ain't seen a Jew fall in love with a Palestinian yet, or a Nazi. That thing only seemed to work with black folks. You can't just help who you fall in love with. Oh, goddamn. It's amazing. This stuff only seems to work on us. Now, let's get to this new thing that's happening. Everything is trending. And I love this guy, D Nice. They call me D Nice. Doom, doom, doom. His popularity surged when he was the first one did something so iconic as having the pandemic quarantine DJ sessions on Instagram. and I love the brother. He and I've been up late on some Friday and Saturday nights listening to his quarantine clubhouse, doing the thing. Love D Nice. Because I appreciate your music and appreciate you doesn't mean that it's something I don't agree with. And he recently put on his page, let's all stop this anti-Asian hate and racism and shit like that. Like, really, D Nice? But it's not. This doesn't mean that I dislike him, or this doesn't mean that I'm not going to continue. I'm going to stop watching his club quarantine. I'm not. But it's not just him. It's other black celebrities come out because of this issue that happened. I think this black dude attacked these old Asians. And so, y'all, and I don't want that to happen to them, but it's even made it to the halls of Congress where they're passing laws to make sure that never happens again. Don't y'all find it amazing or interesting that whenever something happens to an immigrant or any other non-black group, if the black celebrities get up, we need to protect the immigrants. We need to stop this anti-Asian hate. Let me tell y'all something. So now, when we just putting up videos how all these Asians we talking shit to blacks and walking up behind them in the grocery stores, they even done movies where they show the Asians harassing black folks in the store. You're gonna buy something? Well, you can leave in the black neighborhoods. It's funny that these people like D Nice and other black celebrities don't ever acknowledge or notice Asian racism and abuse towards black people. So they want the world to feel sorry for a bunch of fucking Asians? Are y'all kidding me? They volunteered to come over here. You know, and I heard something, shout out to Layla Lynn on YouTube. And she said it. She said it's the truth. It's funny how they always trying to, every group, whenever something happened to them, they would like to reference black people. Don't pull us in y'all fight. That's your issue on your own. Because we're fighting for reparations. Asians, Hispanics, any other immigrants, they're not standing with us to get reparations or get any of this stuff. Then you have this dumb bitch, Jeannie Mai, Young Jeezy's bitch. And you talking about a Sambo slow ass dude. But he is a black rapper, so you can't expect high intellect or self-respect from a black rapper. But cause that's the dumbest group in our race, next to the stripper thought bitches. Well, they go together, don't they? So these black rappers are disgusting. Yeah, Nigel is tripping. And now this Korean and bust a chick in the mouth. They videos going around Asians kicking the shit out of blacks in the hood. But y'all gonna use y'all celebrity platform to tell them to stop the anti-Asian hate because of that one time in a century, in a decade, in a century, saw a black dude attacking some old Asians. So all of a sudden, it's a pandemic across the country that we all have to jump on board and to make sure there's no anti-Asian. When's the cop ever shot an unarmed Asian? Asians come over here to get next to white folks. That's why they talk shit to and about blacks. When have they ever come out as a group and express sympathy for what black folks go through systematically? I just need y'all to start reading and cut the bullshit. Yeah, Jeannie might tell some. There's no hierarchy in racism. Yeah, I read that dumbass article. I just did browse. I'm like, Young Jeezy, get your hoe. You already an embarrassment. He gonna throw up the prayer hands like he agreed with her little shit. I said, yeah, oh my God, it's embarrassing. Don't get me started talking about these lame ass rappers, please. They suck. They suck. And so, you know, I don't want anything to happen to anybody, but please, don't pull me into y'all bullshit, because I can't pull you into ours. I can't pull you into our struggle. And there's 40 million blacks. We don't really need anybody else. What we need is unity. We need to have programs and forums where we start falling in love with each other again. You know, we're trying, and most importantly, we need to have more forums and more people to speak out against the importance of having black boys. We can't have a society without healthy mentally strong, physically strong, self-esteem strong black boys. Y'all keep on empowering these girls. All you're doing is empowering them to become a bunch of butch lesbians. Because if you kill all the boys, who they going to do? They going to start eating a bunch of coochie. Like they doing right now. And you single mamas is raising daughters, start telling them, well, you don't need no man. You need to go out here and, girl, get your own. Yeah, all right. And y'all watch all the men get sent to jail. Then you get upset with somebody like me when I suggest that black boys don't even date black chicks when they're young. Because that's when they're going to jail, fucking with black chicks from 16 to 34 years old. I'm encouraging them to don't have sex with black girls between that age. Because they're going to have a baby on you and put you on child support. That's what I'm encouraging black boys. Stop having chicks. If you live in the ghetto, don't have sex with these black girls. All they're going to do is get pregnant because they don't know shit else. Even if you go to a black college, goddamn. If you can find a white school that's near there, go have sex over there. Don't fuck these chicks in these black colleges because she's going to get pregnant. Child support has been weaponized to the point that women can use it to control men. So until men, period, but particularly black men stand up and organize and fight against this, the best thing I can do is tell them, watch out who you have sex with. Having sex with black chicks is deadly to black boys now. They get their lives ruined early because black girls act like they don't know shit about birth control. You got 13 forms of birth control. But isn't it mighty funny when you go to a white university like a UT Knoxville or University of Nevada or any white school that's got maybe 1,000 blacks and 50,000 whites, you don't see a bunch of Asians or white girls running around there pregnant. But they drink semen out of a glass. What about the white suburbs? Most of the white folks, you got Asians, probably some people from India there. White girl, you see them running around in high school pregnant? No. They must, what is that they're doing? They having sex too like these black girls in the hood. Black girls that go to black colleges. So what is it that they're doing that these black girls don't understand? Until we get this straight, I'm teaching young men 16 to 34 years old, don't have sex with these black chicks. Now, if you're going to have sex with a black girl, make sure number one, she lives in a household where her mother and father are there. Number two, make sure she lives in a white suburb and most of her friends are white or Asian or from India. You know, like Indians, like from India. They don't get pregnant either. The black girls who have white girlfriends, like white friends and all that, they don't get pregnant. And so and she's Hispanic, make sure her daddy or her mama's white. Because she's like Mexican mama, Mexican daddy, she's going to get pregnant on your ass. Because see, girls that grow up with fathers don't want to embarrass their dads. And they live in a household. Because most of these girls are getting pregnant at 16 to 20 years old. They don't live with they ain't no dad at home. It's number mamas, grandmas, aunties. I was like, God damn, Rico, you just talking about black people uniting. But I don't want, no. We can unite when everybody gets old enough to do this. Because, see, you probably say, well, tell black boys to wear condoms. Tell the girls to get on birth control. I don't trust them. And who y'all think putting black boys on child support? Y'all talking about some watch out for these white women. Ain't no white woman putting no black man or black male teenager on no damn child support. At the numbers, because we fool with black girls at 92% on a daily basis. The courts are filled up because of black girls, black women putting black men on child support. And I want to hear these goddamn excuses. Well, you know, if he take care of his kid, they ain't his kid. He was just fucking you after the movies. That's your kid. If you're not married, that's your kid. Yeah, I said it. How come we don't understand that? Black dudes don't be having, for the most part, they having sex to have no baby. They having sex to bust one off. You decide to have the kid. And when you decide to have it, you should pay for it. Yeah, you. That old school thinking shit is over. Wherever they do, they don't walk across the stage with no pregnant belly. They give it away or have an abortion, whatever it is. The point is, you don't see no pregnant girls running around there. And I'm trying, because I know 16 to 34-year-old males are not going to stop having sex. I'm just telling them where they can go and not have to worry as much about some chick using them as a bank card. You know, act like she don't know how to use no damn birth control. So, and I'm going to continue to push that. I'm tired of these young men's lives getting cut short. They just started a football team, but they messed around and had sex with a black chick in their high school, and boom. Or in college, he trying to graduate, boom, just because he had sex in college. Now, in the 80s and 90s, in the 80s and the 90s, when I was in school, well, those people, there was a couple of folks that had babies, but some of them, a lot of them left. Some of them stayed together as a couple, and they got married. But that ain't happening now. These chicks, whew, it's a mess, and we're standing around and not saying anything about it, because we've become afraid of this word judgment. You judging, ain't it? I don't know what you're telling me that for, because that don't mean shit to me. Just like homophobia, transphobia, sexist, misogynist, none of those words mean a damn thing to me. Judging is another way of saying, please don't say nothing about my fuckery. That's what judging is. It's become today. And I'm a human being. And I hope you are, because we judge every day. There are people who are judging this live right now. They're judging what I say. Probably judging my friend with all this salt and pepper in it. And I'm aware of this, so I don't get involved in dumb shit. Something that we do anyway. You judging. I don't go to nobody's church. I don't have nobody's religion, so I'm free to speak. And I accept the consequences. But anywho, I have somebody on. Y'all want to talk to somebody? Y'all want to hear somebody else stuff? I'll take calls. Let me see who this is, because it's very rare. Let me see who this is right here, because that's one more thing I want to talk about. Let me see who this is. See if they want to come on. All right. Let me see, Dominique, you up early. See if you want to come on there. I think I did it correctly. But anyway, if it comes on, we'll talk. Dominique, I tried to do it. So yeah, it's the weirdest shit. And I'll take whoever wants to come in. Go and press that little green button. I'll talk to you. I don't like just talk shit. I want, I'll talk to you. If y'all are up and want to talk, let's talk. It's Friday morning. Asian thing. And let me say this real quick. So, Kevin, if you're still in here, he's probably gone by now. Kevin, Troy, Graham fam, he brought it up early, about an hour ago. Isn't it interesting how we had 4 years of Trump and never had a war or rumors of war? All of a sudden now we're bombing Syria? See, y'all thought people were playing with y'all when we told y'all that was the best 4 years this country could have had under Trump. The best 4. Economically, worldwide. But all of a sudden, this man ain't been here a good 30 days. Already there's a bomb strike against Syria? See, the reason Trump had to go because Trump wasn't a part of this elite foolishness. Trump had to go not because he's a racist. They're so stupid. And people actually fell for that. Black folks fell for that. There's a war. We ain't have to worry about none of that. Hold on, let me see who this is. Wait a minute. Okay. Oh, Venus, you want to come here, baby? Bring Venus to the camera. Try that. No answer from the live guest. Something's going on. I've been trying to. It's not happening. So I guess we'll keep trying until let somebody in. But yeah, there's a war happening. We didn't have any of that. We had Kim Jong-un. Thought he was going to do some practice tests with his missiles. And President Trump told him, no, man. You ain't finna, I got bigger missiles over here. And you hear nothing else from him. Guess what? There was this law that Trump passed for all sex offenders. For sex offenders, sex traffickers, and sex offenders who were like immigrants. He was prepared to have them sent back. Biden reversed that. See, I could have told y'all. I did tell y'all. And if y'all go back and look at some of my Facebook posts. Those of you who voted blue, you voted against black. All this foolishness. He's finna bring in. Trump had to go because he wasn't part of their plans. The LGBT had enough because he wasn't dealing with none of that foolishness. Look, what's going to have to happen is these Republican governor-held states are going to have to reverse a lot of stuff in their states. Like girls no transgender running, playing sports against girls that Biden approved. Now the states, the governors and the state legislators for each state gonna have to reverse that in their own states. Y'all still voted for a dude with dementia. Y'all think he's actually the president? They just warmed it up before the supreme lesbian comes in. Her name is Kamala Harris. And BET celebrating her. Madam Vice President. First they call it now. First y'all swore for cheese and crackers she was black. Now, you don't want to admit that you was wrong and people like me were right when we told you she ain't black. So you're going to say, our first South Asian and our first woman of color. See, well, I can't take black liberals seriously. I already don't take black Christians seriously. I certainly don't take black Democrats seriously. And I'm an independent, so I look on both sides. There's some folks on the right I can't take seriously. So I don't get involved in like that, but I know what I see and know what I hear. So now, instead of just saying, damn, we flunked 8th grade biology. We don't even know black when we see it. Just because let me tell y'all something. She graduated from Howard. She played the black sorority. When the fuck does affiliation connect to genetics? It's weird. Anybody can be black, but anybody can't be Jewish though. You got to go. You got to go to them and go through a ritual, and they ain't gonna accept you no way. Everybody can't be Asian, but anybody can be black. We still got people with PhDs and master's degrees talking about the one-drop rule. I'm supposed to look at you like you got good sense? You gonna use a racist measurement in this society for you to justify so you can call somebody black because you like her as a political candidate? You gotta be out your damn mind. And I try to keep it simple. Alright. When you want a white baby, you have what? A white mother and a white father, correct? Correct. When you want an Asian baby, you have an Asian mother and an Asian father, right? You want to have a Mexican baby, you got a Mexican mom and a Mexican daddy, correct? But when you have a black child, don't you supposed to have a black mom and a black daddy? But when it come to us, no, because my grandma, she was part German. I got an auntie who's kind of like Yugoslavian, and now my granddad was Caribbean. Caribbean is my body of land. It's not a race, fool. I know I didn't fall asleep in 8th grade biology. Shout out to Cypress Junior High School in Memphis. I stayed awake. I learned what race was. It's easy. Well, you know the one-drop rule for all you dum-dums out there who keep using that as a measurement for race? No. They said that because white people know what white is. They know if you got anything in there, a fingernail full or a thumb full, you ain't white, you mixed. And they're right. And please, to all the brilliant people, well, you know, race is a social construct. I don't give a fuck about that, because I live in reality. The construct we live under now is black and white, Asian and others. That's the concept I live in. That's not even a battle for me to even get a part of. It's stupid. So, you know, in home ec, I learned about race in home ec. I have a cup of sugar. I have a cup of flour. I put them two together. It doesn't make the whole cup sugar. It makes it what? A mixture. Or I have a cup of sugar and I get, as they say, 1 drop or a teaspoon of salt. It doesn't make the whole cup now salt. It makes it a mixture. So how come we don't understand that when it comes to race? We done made all these people black. Halle Berry black. Jamal Moore black. All these people clearly got white parents. Barack Obama black. Everybody black. You know damn well these people aren't black. And it's all right. That's not anything disparaging. If we go back to the people who won the first this and first that, they weren't black. They were biracial. Booker T. Washington, biracial. W.B. Du Bois, who bragged about having white French in his blood. White, biracial. Yeah. You know, nothing against that. And a lot of y'all little light-skinned grandma, she was the daughter of a plantation owner and her mama. And my folks in New Orleans, y'all hush. Y'all know damn well you ain't no purity down there. All them Frenchmen that was having sex with them 9 and 10-year-old African girls when they bought Louisiana. France bought Louisiana. Little girl can hardly turn 8 years old. Little African girl on the sugar plantation couldn't get 8 years old good before she had a grown man French peanuts in her body. So y'all cut it out. But somehow, wherever light skin is, it's superior. So the Creole folks down in New Orleans, who claim to want to do the black dialect, but they still would hoist it up as superior in New Orleans and all Metairie and all around there. Damn it, Rico. And nothing against you, I love you. But we need to cut the bullshit. And at the bottom always is who? Those who like me and Don Cheadle. We're going to get it together one day. And I'm going to move on from this shit because it's kept me broke. It's kept a lot of our scholars broke. You ever heard of Dr. Ben Yakahanan dying a millionaire? Dr. Franz Cress Welsing dying a millionaire? Dr. Joel Leary is not a millionaire. Dr. Julia Hare wasn't a millionaire. How come the scholars who bringing us the good news aren't ever rich? And it's kind of old. When you try to speak the way I speak, you don't make any money. Bro, so Rico, that's your fault. You correct it is. You see how I just got up this morning because I couldn't sleep? Because it's always something on my mind, and I try to share it. And I know what I just said probably lost me about 100 damn subscribers right now. Yeah, ask me if I give 1 or 2 fucks. It's just what it is. And so now I'm going to be labeled, Rico, you hate everybody. No, I don't. Because anyone who's ever met me in person knows I've never, ever mistreated anybody. If you're kind to me, I'm kind to you. But even if I'm cool with you, it's not going to make me stop talking about the history of who the black Greeks are. Or who we are. And I have people who I'm friends with, or I'm cool with, who are part of a black Greek-led organization. I'll continue to tell the truth. But I don't tell the truth just to insult you. Because when I see you, I don't see you as that. I see you as a fellow black person. And I wonder, do you see yourself as black before you or after you pledge that? And I've seen by behavior, a lot of them think they're Greek. That's why they get the most offended about the truth. That Divine Nine don't tell the truth about who they are. They just talk about their beginning and all that. But why they were created is where I go. So, I'm just one of those. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to write it up. I'm going to tell you what I was dreaming about. Some of my stuff come in dreams. I was like, God. And I thought about this when I was in college. When I wrote my newsletter. Let me tell y'all some of the hell that I used to catch with that damn thing. And I'm not saying damn thing like that. Like it's not. I'm learning from y'all that it was pretty awesome and historic. But there's a lot of stress and pain that came with me writing the newsletter. Because I was basically writing my thoughts and going where the Grambling Knight dared not to go. And I didn't arbitrarily just start doing that. Y'all know how y'all in church always say God chose him. And these lying-ass Negro preachers talking about, I woke up and the Lord gave me a message and a vision. And then he started lying every Sunday morning. But don't talk about the real stuff like how single motherhood is ruining the black community because 97% of its patrons are women. No, I don't do that. I let everybody have it. So, I don't do that. But, oh yeah, I remember when I was a kid, when I was a student at Grambling, and I remember one of these nights I passed on my newsletters and collected my donations and stuff. And and going through all and going through all the cheers and the jeers and a lot of the threats and the angry looks and all of that. Now it wasn't everybody, but it was people, quite a few when they saw me, angry. And I went through all that, and then some professors and some administrators also had an attitude or try to handle me a certain way. So I was taking all that, by myself, and I would walk home by myself, in the dark in my little neighborhood, up across behind the stadium, through Robinson Stadium, through the woods back there to my neighborhood. And I walked through there. Most of the times it'd be like 10 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, and it'd be dark. No, there's some lights on back there, but it'd be dark. Dwayne, what's up, my man? Tony Bickham, my man, what's up? Now I would walk home. Now I'll forget. I never forget. It was this one particular night. I guess it was just overwhelming, and I had probably about 50 of my newsletters left with my donation can. I was walking home, and I just broke out into tears, uncontrollable tears, and it was just me, and I remember saying, God, how come you chose me to do this? How come you got me doing this? I'm out here by myself. I'm writing this stuff and I'm saying it and I'm by myself. There's nobody but me. And how come you asked me to do this? I remember doing that, going home crying. And I made it halfway home, wiped my tears, and I went to bed. As soon as I got in there, and I hit the pillow, still, tossing and turning a little bit, but then I laid down and got up the next day. It was class and all of that. And, because there were people who accused me of, you must like doing this because you think it's funny. You think it's funny when people are threatening to beat you up? Not because you kicked in a dorm room door or snatched a purse or beat up a female or broke into anything. Not because of any of that. Because you're sharing thoughts on a newsletter that they didn't have to read. And not just anybody. It was coming from all aspects of campus, even outside of campus. That newsletter reached everywhere. Get threatened by the football team. Members of the football team. Yeah, I wrote some stuff that was accusatory or incendiary, I guess, but that's why I learned that. But, the girls kind of moving away from you. Oh, it was tough. Oh, yeah, my coochie count went down. It wasn't like it was that high anyway, but the newsletter didn't help. I was extremely popular on campus, but not that kind of popular. Not like winning a Greek step show popular. Running in the football in the end zone to one of the Grambling games popular. Be one of them Max from Detroit, one of them players out of Chicago. Popular. I was popular because of the words I put down on paper. Popular because I danced the best or sung the best at the talent show. I did participate in some of the talent shows, putting on the hits and stuff like that, but not popular like that. So some people label it infamous. I don't know. But yeah, I'll say the experience was isolating, and I was placed in a box, and I also put myself in a box and put pressure on me that was added to the pressure that was put outside. So, when Tony said you were made for it, huh? Well, I wouldn't wish it on anybody else, man. It's not. It wasn't for a young man, on that campus like that, Well, but I wouldn't put on anybody, for that. Hell, even the conscious dudes weren't catching heat. Now, some of them were going, they were throwing hands and stuff, but it was a different thing because I think what I wrote touched the core of people's hypocrisy, their contradictory nature, lying, and people trying to hide. Because there was no topic that was ever not talked about. Because if it came to my mind, I put it out there. Even some controversial things that was probably going on that I expounded upon under the guise of In My Opinion by Rico Rivers. And And I learned about free market. I learned about supply and demand. I learned a lot about our race in that small microcosm of a society called the college campus. I learned about how I can really, if I want to make a lot of money from women, I learned about what I should have been doing. But it's not what I was called to do. I wasn't there to make friends. I was there to hopefully wake some folks up. Not only wake them up, but they start doing things differently. I was there to inspire. And I've heard from you over the years. And Tony said you're the one that had enough strength to make a change and make people really think. I know that's what it did for me. But Tony, you always a cool dude, and it wasn't hard for you to like think about other stuff, you know. And I appreciate that. But and I've heard stuff like I've heard this and other stuff over the years, and but still, it's like I guess even at the risk of risking it all, I still say stuff. But Rico, it's the way you say it. Well, Dr. King was very kind to what he said. Look what happened to him. So please, Conrad, good morning. So don't do that. Don't try to make it like it's my fault that you don't give a damn, that you don't want to hear it. Don't make it my fault. It's yours. Church folks, again, you ever hear in church when the preacher told you on the last days Gabriel will come and sound his horn to signify return of the Lord. But not everybody will hear the sound of the horns trumpeting. And that's how I roll. Because see, I know I'm not reaching everybody, and that's not my goal. Everybody hears what I'm saying. But I know only a few is going to take heed. Come on, somebody, to what I'm saying. That's how it always is. Because when you're different, you speak outside the norm, or you dare say out loud what people are thinking. It's what you sign up for. And so, I accepted a long time ago, but I'm not going to act like it wasn't a tumultuous time, and had been rough. Hell, drinking, depression, anger, all that's a part of what it's not what I do for a living. It's just what I do when I'm speaking. It's all that's part. Anger, depression, hurt. All that's a part of this. And you don't want this. Just go out and help the way you can. Because somebody has to be that person to say, no, that's not right. And I guess I'm one of those few people who's been appointed to do that. This sucks. And that's what I brought this up. Because the other night, or last night, I was thinking, like, God, how come you didn't keep me a nigga? I said, if I was a nigga, I wouldn't have all these problems. I'll be ignorant. I'll be blissfully ignorant. I'm probably in a gated community, married for the past 25 years by now, with children in a gated community. My mind would be focused not on my race, but it'd be focused on myself. I wouldn't, I wouldn't be this. I said, damn, and I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write it down in articles like, God, how come you didn't keep me a nigga like the masses of us? I think if he had chosen somebody else to be a nigga instead of me, I'd probably have a lot more of what's going on. My depression wouldn't come so often as it does. But, yeah, my outlet is to write. I'll go to therapy one of these days. Talk it out. Blow somebody's mind. But yeah, that's one of my articles in the future. I'm gonna write, how come you didn't keep me? How come I wasn't born a nigga and maintain a nigga mentality? I'm telling you, I probably be better off. Because I look around at niggas all day long. I said, why I don't see like nothing affecting them? They don't even care. They're easily manipulated and it's okay. I can talk about all the stuff that Biden has done and they don't care. I'm like, why do I give a fuck though? Because I'm one of those, I can't see stuff that happen like that. And even politically, we're not doing this right. We're not doing this right. And it's funny how they fund the ones who make sure we go down the wrong road. The black men and women who try to tell us the truth, but they hush them down and don't allow them on the platform. Or they make sure they put some kind of Herschel Walker black, or some kind of corporate American black, or affiliated black right there on the same panel to try to squash everything he's saying. Years ago, I stopped being part of panel discussions. They're fruitless, unless you have a book to sell. But the stuff I'm talking about, I don't want to go on no damn panel discussion. Just read my newsletter. And if you do have me on, it needs to just be me and one other person. I don't want to sit on the whole group. Because I'm not, and even if I wore a t-shirt that says something on it, no, I want to have a discussion with you about my damn t-shirt. Unless you're going to hit me on the Cash App for the $100 per question. See, a lot of our scholars gave the good news away for free. And then I learned from being at Grambling that black people have no interest. Most blacks, majority of black, the masses of blacks have no interest in learning who God really is, because that means you have to do some work. You have to clean yourself up. You have to change your wicked ways. Come on, somebody. You don't want that. So that's why they go to church and have these Negro preachers singing, in God. To see all that works. You don't want to be taught nothing. And also, church is a status. I go to Concord. I go to Friendship West. I go to Abach. See, their statuses. It's psychology. It's ego. But if you really want to learn, you won't be in nobody's church. You'll be hitting the books in the library or the bookstores. Then you'll be teaching others. Don't ask me how I know this. I just know stuff. But I said, man, I have the personality, I have the words, I have the swagger. Shit, I can become a preacher. Because people told me, Rico, you should become a preacher. But my conscience won't allow me to do it because I don't want to cheat nobody. I won't be able to do it but just 4 Sundays. And I'll take the money and run. Because I can't lie like that. And manipulate. And when I was writing that damn newsletter, man, on that campus, Coochie Coupon, the count went down and chicks would be coming up to me. I'm going to talk to you about what you said about my, whatever, my preacher, my sorority, my this, my that, my that. And I was standing there in the beginning like a dum-dum and let these people talk crazy to me on my way to sociology class. Theological cemetery, Nigel. Seminary. How to hoop and holler. Meanwhile, trying to F everybody. Well, damn. And so, that was like, man, so that's why I learned to stopping on my way to class or giving them this free time. Just like if I had on a t-shirt. Can I ask you something about that? No, you may not. Well, hit me on the Cash App. I learned about the value of time. And I learned that the master black people, they're not interested in learning the truth. They just want to tell you, I don't like what you said. They have no interest. If I have on a t-shirt, it says, if you can't afford it or board it, or it's okay not to be gay, and somebody want to stop me. No, you may not ask me anything about what's on my t-shirt. Whatever I have on my t-shirt, you may not ask me. If you black and over the age of 21 or over the age of 20, you may not ask me anything. Caucasians, they can't fucking ask me anything. Unless they pay as well. But I have a feeling I would get a lot of white folks. Yeah, how much is it? Yeah. What's your PayPal? Yeah, it's $100 a question. And I'll be sitting there and making about $1,000 because white folks, because blacks, well, I ain't got to ask you shit. And they just walk off and cuss like they do. That's what it's come down to. And I hate that our scholars had to die destitute, fooling around with blacks. Trying to sell them books and videos. I still have some of this stuff. I bought some of these conferences I used to attend from our scholars. It's a shame we ain't listen to our own scholars unless they've appeared on CNN or BET. It's the weirdest shit. But one day we'll get it. And now we're at war with Syria. In those last 4 years, we didn't have no wars. None of that. It was just really prosperity. And only 17% of us understood. Then you had those who didn't vote at all. I guess they were indifferent. But those who participated, and 17% of us, black men and 8% black women. But somehow the 8% of black women didn't get attacked. I'll tell you, if y'all don't think this thing is about black males, and I'd like to meet those folks. He said, yeah, the real ones suffer financially, but the fakers are rich and venerated. Is that right? Venerated? That's what you're saying? Nigel Cook. Yeah, it's a mess. How it's done. And so, and even with mentoring, a lot of black boys and black girls don't want to, unless you pull up in a Bugatti or something really new, they don't want to see. That's why, Rico, you should mentor. Mentor who? What? With what? I haven't been seen on TV. I haven't been featured in a rap song. Because white folks have already picked who the leaders and the mentors of black boys and black girls are. Not me. They're not funding me to go around and teach them what I'm talking about. Hell, black folks. Let me tell y'all something. When I was in Memphis, I used to be on talk radio and all in the streets. I used to call talk radio daily. Radio station that everybody damn near black listened to. And I talk, talking about black folks and what should be done, these damn preachers and politicians. And not one caller ever said, Rico, I like what you're saying, man. Could you come and talk to my group of young people? Never. So, when I get rich, I'm not going to hold it against them. I'm not going to say, well, no, back then didn't want me, now I'm hot all over me. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that to our young people. But I have something that can be sold. I am going to put the charge to black folks, though. When we come to your church to speak, $10,000 up. Your nonprofits, $10,000 up. Our panel discussions, $10,000 up. Even to the colleges. But in order for that to happen, I have to be put on by somebody else that y'all think is popular. I know how it works. You have to see me somewhere on CNN or something like that. Because right now, I'm not a threat to you because I'm just on my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. Doesn't have that many subscribers anyway. So it is what it is. We're out here, but we don't sound like Reverend Chickenfoot. We sound like Fred Hampton. And I want to do another live on that Fred Hampton thing. I haven't seen the movie. I'm just going by people's reactions. Because I read the story of Fred Hampton. I saw the video a while back of William O'Neill before this Netflix thing came out, or Hulu, whatever the fuck that story came out. But anyway, I thank y'all for being up with me. I just want to share those thoughts. This will be on my page. Fool with me if you're cool with me. My Cash App and my PayPal are both on here, on this page. And share this live. I know it went long. It's just me having a conversation with you all about things that kept me up. And again, y'all just pay attention to stuff. And I know some of you, still believe that we got a better shot. And let me say this in closing. Can we get past the symbolism? This politics are serious. And the reason blacks went so hard in the pain for the Democratic ticket is because of this chick. We finna get the first black woman VP. What's with the symbolism? That's why they don't take us seriously when it comes to anything. We don't set an agenda. That's why they're pushing the sweeping gay agenda. Because we didn't give them an agenda. All black women wanted was their ego stroke to say they got a woman up there. I could have told y'all that was going to happen anyway. I did tell you. I said Biden's going to be given the election because they're trying to get a woman president. I said that shit, but nobody paid attention. I already know what's fuck going to happen. Biden may make it to December. Then if not, they're going to somehow, all of a sudden, Kamala Harris is going to be pushed in to be the president. Because the Constitution is already written. And women don't even vote for a woman. She'll never win an election on her own to run for president. No woman will. So your Democratic Party purposely fucked you out of good candidates to get to this old senile dementia fool that's up there now. Talking crazy to them black leaders. I love it. Get them. That's what they get. And the only thing Roland Martin had to say was, Mr. President, watch your tongue. He just told y'all to shut the F up. And don't bother him about no damn executive orders. He already know what he's going to do. No, I ain't suppressing no damn, cutting out no damn, no student loans. No, I'm not cutting that shit out. Maybe 10,000, maybe. Oh, they're looking like dummies all across the board. And the administration ain't got nothing but trans and LGBT. Black, whites, and weirdos. And that's supposed to be reflective of America. I guess so. It's the weirdest shit. But you know why this stuff is happening to black folks? Because the black women run the community. They were systematically funded to run the community. But somehow they always say, well, black men need to stand up and take their job. Well, are you crazy? Black women have the Batman button to the system. Any black dude think he's going to stand up against black women and the white male power structure together? The day black men stand up, it's going to be, man. They tell you to stand up. They be telling black men to stand up, but not up against white men, because that's who they want. And that's fine. Not all. I see. Y'all know I'm not talking about all. Y'all know it's a large faction out there. That's out there that wants one white man so bad. Ugh. But black men need to stand up. What? Against you? That's who you need to stand up against. But a lot of brothers saying, fuck that, I'm going my own way. They call them MGTOW, men going their own way. Yeah. And I'm teaching young brothers, don't have sex with these little black chicks. They ain't gonna get pregnant and put you on child support. Or get you some kind of criminal justice involvement. So, move on. But we'll come back together, I guess, when we start reading and understanding who we are, fall back in love. We can do that. If y'all want to know, I can tell you how we can get back together as black folks. But we got so many weird-ass philosophies that certainly to counter black unity. We've gone so many places in our philosophies. But yeah, we're behind a lot of times because black women, they come in and they can manipulate the black community because the black women are the ones who are the ones who they go to first. And she's the one they're put touting them. The black women saved Georgia. Black women saved the Democratic Party. But they never ever go into the black neighborhood and see how black women have also been the backbone. And ain't nothing but crime and drugs and a bunch of bastard kids running around there committing crimes and doing drive-bys and shit. Yeah, liberal white folks. I don't know how y'all think is the difference between Republicans and Democrats and white folks. They're the same people. They're arguing over the control over blacks. Well, not the conservatives, because they don't give a shit. But the liberal whites, Democrat Party, they know they can't win the election without it. So yeah, the gynocentric society is promoted and it's dangerous. Yeah. They push the women. But do they push women in any other groups? I'm talking to black women now. Do you ever notice them push a Maria over Juan? Or Lisa Ling over Joe Pham in the Asian community? No. Everybody else's community is patriarchal. All those silly ass women talking about you need to get down that toxic masculinity, that toxic patriarchy, you fool. How you think there's gonna be a society without men? Who you think in charge of the community? Men. But when you systematically divest from the men and put all of the resources into the women, well, that's a part of masculinizing. T. Hassan Johnson. Masculinizing the women. That's why I'm going to go back again from an hour and a half. That's why Kevin Samuels is so valuable and so necessary. What he's talking about on YouTube. If you haven't, check out his YouTube video. That's why he's so valuable. We got a lot of masculine black women. I look at some pictures of people like in club photos and stuff. said, damn, I know these young women, why they look so rough? The hair hats and the wigs and the weave sweaty. The makeup is thick. They thick. Rolls on the stomach and these old wabbly auntie arms on young women. Even though on Instagram we see these black chicks doing exercises, that's just a small minority of chicks. The mass of black women don't exercise. That's why they're so heavy. Young girl don't exercise. They just think about putting on booty shorts and tight jeans that's exercise. It's not. That's what's going on. We're going to have to correct these things. But these arrogant, narcissistic, feminist, halfway lesbian black chicks, y'all going to have to recognize the damage you have done for the past 40 years to the black community. Black men are struggling every day to survive, but still getting stomped on and still growing through concrete like a rose. Still coming up and going. Still doing us. All factions are against black boys and black men. We're still, even fellow black men are against black boys and black men. Yeah. But anyway, I think, in the words of Forrest Gump, after he ran that mile when got those tennis shoes, and when I think when his mama passed away, he ran, and he ran, and he ran, and when he got done, he said, I'm tired now. I'm gonna go home. So y'all, I think I've released everything. Y'all can enjoy and go back, rewind, and all of this. Mess with me on the Cash App, mess with me on the PayPal on this page. I think I'll stay up and since I'm up, hell, it's 9 o'clock now. Damn, from 7:15 to 9 o'clock. Dang. Suppose I had a lot to say. Anyway, y'all be cool. Y'all catch me again in the future. Y'all know I'm on YouTube and Instagram. So we'll talk to y'all later. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you for hanging out with your boy. This is Rico the Opinionist. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.